A real friend has this mentality: if you win, I win. If you lose, I lose. A real friend is the mirror. Is the mirror that keeps your life in focus when you have lost perspective. A real friend is your biggest advocate and your greatest cheerleader. A real friend criticizes you in private and champions you in public. Today, let us talk about the characteristics that make someone a real friend, someone that we can endure and trust and believe in. A real friend is someone who can fight for you when you are not around. Let us get into it and talk about the characteristics that make someone a real one. A real friend is supportive. A real friend is supportive. A real friend supports you either financially, emotionally, and gives you information. Hard time reveals and exposes fake friends and real friends. A real friend supports you emotionally when you feel insecure, when you think you can't make it. A real friend is the source of reinforcement and encouragement for you to deal with the life demands. A real friend gives you information so that you can use to handle the problem you are facing or deal with ambiguity. A real friend supports you financially when you are out of cash, you don't have anything. A real friend is always there. Is always there to prompt you up. Is always there to support you. A real friend is always there. A real friend will give 150% to be with you. A real friend is always there for you. A real friend will be there for you. Always there. Is supportive. Is supportive. When you are doing well, when you are at the top, a real friend it follows you at that moment. When you are at the bottom, when things are not going well on your side, a real friend is there to be with you. Characteristic number 2 of a real friend. A real friend or a true friend is not jealous. A real friend celebrates your success or your achievement because he or she is not in competition with you. A real friend set this mentality towards you: if you win, I win. If you lose, I lose. A real friend does not feel important than you, regardless the educational and the financial gaps that exist between you and him or her. He does not feel is important or better than you. A real friend A real friend feels saddened when you are in a hot soap, when you are in a critical situation. A real friend is really suffering. A real friend is cheerful when you are doing well. When you are at the top, he is happy, he celebrates you because he wants you to shine. He wants you to shine, he wants you to be at the top. A real friend is original. A real friend is authentic. A real friend tells you the truth because he or she does not seek validation or acceptance from you to feel secure. A real friend is the mirror that keeps you alive and focused when you have lost perspective. A real friend will tell you the truth if what you have done is not good, or it goes against the law, or it transgresses the social normalities. A real friend will tell you what you have done is not happy with it, you have to change. A real friend criticizes your work if you have done shoddy things. A real friend will tell you, my friend, this thing that you are doing is not good, you have to change. A real friend is original. He does not want you to say no, you like this, like that. It tells you the truth, even if it is painful. It tells you, even if it hurts you. It tells you the truth and wants you to change because he wants to see you in the right path. He wants to see you in the right direction. That is one of the main characteristics of a real friend. A real friend keeps your secret private. Let us break it down. A real friend does not expose your secret to people when you are not in good terms with him. A real friend does not use your weakness to offend you or shame you. A real friend is your greatest advocate and your biggest cheerleader. A real friend can fight for you when you are not around. A real friend can fight for you when you are not around. That means it does not give an opportunity to someone to taint your reputation or make slanderous comments on you. A real friend does not share your secret to anyone if he or she is aware of it. A real friend keeps your secret private and he can fight for you in your absence. It does not allow anyone to make slanderous comment or statement concerning you when you are not within the arena. A friend respects, values, and honor your boundaries. With a real friend, there is a balance in communication. A real friend knows that if I start this conversation with you, I'm going to spoil your day. There are some conversation about religion or politics that a real friend will hesitate starting or talking about it with you. A real friend respects your boundary. And with a real friend, there is a balance in communication in a way that a real friend does not wait for you to call him so that he or she can call you back. A real friend calls you and asks you, how are you doing? How are things moving on your way? Are you doing well? Are things getting better? That is how a real friend will ask you. A real friend asks you if things are going right on your way. A real friend does not call you to ask, like to give him something. Even with a real friend, it is this mentality. It is give and take. Like there is a balance in communication. You talk. He calls you, you call him, he calls you, you call him. Communication is not one-sided. It's not like it's someone who is forcing the conversation or the discussion or bringing the topic. No one is initiating the conversation. The conversation is two-way traffic. Like it is balanced. Like it's not like it's going to call call you one-sided. You call and he calls.